do you have competitors, with a lot of, very strong, powerful, with a lot of resource, kind of a talents or even great technologies to compete with you guys?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, and like I said, it's always good to to have competition, right? I'm very optimistic. I always look at the problem in a very optimistic way, right? So yeah, we do have some competitors, not a lot, but there's a few, right? And one, and I always, I mean, okay, look, I'm building a company, I'm building a technology company of great taste. Okay, Steve Jobs has a great, I mean, he's a influenced me. I mean, he's a great influencer, right? Of myself. So basically, I mean, I look at the competitors and I look at it. Okay, does this company has good taste? That's my criteria. Okay, and so and then what can I learn from them? What do they do really? I mean, what aspect are they doing? They're better than us. You gotta be honest about this, because I mean the market at the end is very honest.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's true.
The market, the customer, they especially in our space, cybersecurity and compliance and all that, and cryptocurrency and all that, we are helping the customer to solve some very pressing issue, right? So, and it's a technology play. If you have a better product, you can detect the hackers early on. You can prevent them from happening, or when bad things happen, you can trace down the bad guys. It's actually, and at some point, it's black and white. Can you do it or not? That's it. I think that's all cybersecurity. That's the fascinating part about our cybersecurity, right? Technology driven, result driven, right? So yeah, and then we study very carefully about how those competitors are doing marketing, how they're doing, well, how is the technology, how their customers really, the feedbacks from their customers, because we do have some overlap in the customer base, right? So I think, yeah, you just need to learn. I think that's the right attitude for the entrepreneurs, right? You gotta learn, right? It's actually, you should appreciate that you have those good competitors with good taste in the same arena with you. Right, I'm a swimmer myself, right? So I mean, I think about how I'm improving my swimming skill is really when I'm part of the Palo Alto Master Swimming team, right? So
wow,
so it's really the group that I'm in. It's really like pushing me, being a better me, right? So it's really, you don't look at them as your enemies and all that. You're looking at them as, well, it's the people that you can learn. And if you cannot learn anything from them, well, it's good for you. And it's that's probably they are learning from you now, right? So I'm sure my competitors now keep a very close eyes on on our press release, on our blog, and all that, right? And it's good. I mean, yeah, it's good. It's also the way I think about we give back, right? We're about to publish a machine learning blog. That is going to be the first time in the world that we apply machine learning detecting the Web3 payment fraud. You will never see anything like that, and we have been doing that for more than 6 months now. We scan through 49 millions of transactions using our machine learning, doing real-time detection, detect all these back transactions, and tell them that, hey, you should not do transaction with them. And turns out that our model is correct. We prevent those bad things from happening. I'm sure our competitors are reading, which going to read them, and maybe they will freak out. If they're smart, they should freak out, because that is going straight into their business, and that's what the customer wants, right? So yeah, but it's fun. I really appreciate it. We have great competitors.
So actually, that's very good, Victor. It seems to me, you clearly emphasize, this is very, very healthy, positive way to look at the competition, try to understand, learn from them, make them as your motivator rather than your enemy. So, but then in the real like a practice, how do you kind of stand out and win the deal from the customers? So that, I'm sure you're not just talking about the copy them or following them, right? You're talking about something else.
That's another good point, right? So my one of my guidance for my team is also it's okay to fail and okay to make mistakes and all that as long as you learn from it, right? So yeah, we got some of the contract that really we got beaten up by those competitors. They won it, but then we sit down with the team, we analyze the problem. Okay, is that because this guy has a stronger relationship with the customer, or they have a better technology, or they have a better customer support? What is it? Or they have a lower price? What is it, right? And then, okay, once we have those, what is our next step, right? It's like calculus, right? You have this point here, now you calculate the curve, right? You get the tangent, you calculate the delta, and now you kind of start adjusting your curve, right? I mean, yeah, you just need to be honest with yourself, be honest with your team, right? I mean, and then I'm actually thinking like that's the way how we can now we establish leader in the Web3 security is really because we have this positive mindset. We learn a lot from our competitors, learn a lot. We study their major press release. We look at all their annual report. I mean, it's all public information. They publish all over the place. We sign up and we look at it. And now they sign up in our social medias and all that, right? Let's look at it at the end, right? So I think this is also probably also my biased opinion, right? In cybersecurity, right? Our enemy is the bad guys. Our enemies is the bad guys. Our enemy is not our competitors. Don't get
okay,
it
so
wrong.
you got a common enemy.
It is. We're fighting the bad guy with like this Harmony, right? They chose this customer right now, right? They chose us and Chen. That's a great company. I really respect that company. They actually save us a lot of hassles. Or if without them explaining the value of what we are doing, we have to educate the market.
Oh, I see. That's a very
Now
good
we
point.
come in and say, well, okay, it's good to hear that you guys are already using their product. Now here's the new value we can bring in. I'm not saying that you should replace them, but there's new value we can bring in, which is another big pressing problem that they could not solve and we could solve. That is the right mindset, right? And at the end, like cybersecurity, right? In like this ISA conference just happened like what in June, like last month, right? 6,000 cybersecurity companies all gathering in San Francisco Moscone Center, 6,000 of them. In our space, Web3, there's only like a handful of us. And this market is rapidly growing. And like I said, those hacks, right? When it happens, it's hundreds of millions of dollars lost, right? So this is definitely a great market to be in. And we're glad to be pioneering it. You just need to have the positive mindset. Learn from the best.
I guess, because earlier I had a question, actually, when you study your competition very carefully, I think you also meant how to kind of overcome your weakness, even surpassing them in certain areas. I guess that's
and then
exactly.
Right? And then that goes into recruiting, that goes into how do you do marketing, right? It's a very complex problem. But at the end, you need to learn from the data point, learn from the real world, so you can have a very educated, hypothesis in the next step.